That was a good creepy laugh, wasn't it? You know that was a good creepy laugh. I'd do a banging good creepy laugh. How's it going, everybody? My name is Will from My name's Ghost from Ghosthack, and today I'm back with a Halloween version of the what am I doing? Live track feedback. We're doing a track feedback stream today. You can hear me, right? I can barely see out of this thing. Yeah, okay, you guys can hear me. You guys can hear me. I can't read the chat. Okay, I can kind of read it. I won't keep this on the whole time. This is so dumb. Welcome to a Halloween feedback stream. I'm going to tell you, there's a special thing about this stream that makes it a Halloween stream. And that is the fact that I introed with a creepy laugh and I'm dressed as a ghost for the first minute. Everything else is going to be completely the same. It's a stream that lands on Halloween. I can't do nothing. I can't just not do anything at all. I have to do something or other to, like, be a good streamer. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking submissions in the Discord right now. If you're not in the Discord, then there should be a link in the description where you can join. And there is an open, where's my mouse? I can't see my mouse. Okay, here it is. Yeah, and there's an open spot right here where you can submit feedback for a live stream. I was here when this was open and I saw like a bunch of links pop up immediately. So that was fun. So I think we have a lot of stuff to go through today and a lot of tracks to listen to. I'm hoping you guys are going to give me some good stuff. I'm hoping you can give me some good stuff. And I'm in desperate need of reading the chat right now. So I need to read the chat. Hello. Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween. How's it going? Did my marshmallow mask melt? Sorry, don't have a track extractor. Oh, it's okay. You've given us good stuff in the past. I get it. It's Ghost from Ghosthack, everybody. So many people texted so fast. It's so fast. I'm losing brain cells. I didn't have any brain. Did you think I had brain cells to begin with? No. It's not I didn't have brain cells. I take this off. It's attached. See, I attached it to the top of my hat because I was like, I want to be able to look around, right? I want to be able to do that. But now the problem is that it is now attached to the top of my hat. And Whitechapel. Oh, I am wearing. Yeah, Whitechapel. Whitechapel's what's up. I'm going to see Whitechapel live in February with like Cannibal Corpse and Shadow of Intent. I gotta get this off my hat. Come on. And I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Where did my eyebrows go? I have eyebrows. I have glory. Okay. No, I actually have pretty bad eyebrows. Come on. Let's get this. There we go. Done. Gone. Look at that. Didn't you love that Halloween theme? Didn't you love that? It scared the crap out of you. Good. That was the plan. All right. I'm coming through. I'm assuming every other audio can come through. So awesome. I guess let's just go ahead and get started. And I will try to lose no more brain cells. I can't promise anything, but it will probably happen. We got Ray right off the bat. Right out the gate. Ray has given us some good... I'm assuming it's pronounced Ray. I feel like I forget every time and I always feel bad. But, my glorious eyebrows. Shadow of Intent is so good, man. Bender is awesome on those vocals. But, Ray's given us some really good, like, mid-tempo in the past cyberpunk stuff. And it looks like another banger. So let's give this a listen.
Initializing cyber sound subsystems. Cyberspace node 5.
Awesome. Just says every time. Okay. Just making sure. It's intense. Intro's a little bit long, but it still sounds cool. Okay. love the way you build this tension, man. It seemed like so far everything is going very smoothly throughout the track, you know what I'm saying? Which is definitely a good thing, unless that part right there was meant to be the first drop, in which case I would definitely want a more obvious transition from like intro to drop, you know what I'm saying? Not really build up, but it's too smooth. Yeah, I feel like if it's still a build up, it's very smooth. It's just like a really, like just a heavy build up, you know what I'm saying? If it was the drop, I just want more transition, but we'll see if it goes into something heavier. There's more of a drop. I like this so far. I think it sounds really good. I like the different sounds you're using. I think the one sound that, like the one thing that sort of trips me out, I think it's just, I want to make sure the drop is, you want to make sure the drop is a decent amount heavier than the rest of the song, right? So it's very obvious where the drop is. I'd want to hear the energy hype up a little bit more, you know? That's where like some cymbals would come in and stuff like that, and you get more of a I don't know, like it would just hit a little more. It seems very mellow. Yeah. To this kind of more well, there we go. More mellow approach. Well, I mean, I actually totally get that. If that's what you were going for, then I mean, I think you did a good job in that sense. But me, I just want more energy. But overall, I like the way you've done this. And it goes down into the breakdown, which is good. You should probably put something there, like either a lead or like a sound effect or a vocal or something, to kind of carry the listener through. Ooh, I like the change up. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I actually like the second drop better as well. I think the second drop goes hard. I think just because it's different from the rest of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like you switched it up, and I think it sounds really good. Then a nice outro. It is a pretty long song. 4 minutes and 40 seconds is nothing to mess around with, you know what I'm saying? But I think overall you did a really good job here. I think it was really good. I think you did a good job with the transition right here in the second drop. I would have liked to see as clean a transition in like the first drop and kind of that middle area, just so I know what I'm listening to. But overall, I don't think this is bad at all. Like maybe it could punch a little harder, but I remember you said that you were going for a little more of a like mellow mixing, and I'm totally cool with that. I think in that sense it works out really well. What am I sipping on? It's called Full Throttle. It's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. Anyway, nice. Good one to start out the stream. Great one to get us going. We got Meek. Meek is up next. Got some dance and EDM. Mellow. Drink his drink. I have no idea. I'll get through as many as I can.
Falling down and the walls are caving in. There's nothing that I want anymore.
is a lot of sub. Not too bad. It's nice and chill. I think the vocal fit in well. FM8's a lot of fun. I think it's a little generic in the sense that there aren't very many elements going on. It's not particularly impressive, but with what you have right here, it's not like you haven't done anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing that I could point out that it's like, you gotta switch that up. I think it just could use some more stuff, you know, some more variations, some more details, and, you know, get artistic with it. Even for minimal sounds, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I hear the delay on the vocal. That sounds really good. I'd love if that was a ping pong delay and like the vocal was here and the delay was out here to just add more detail to the like the stereo spectrum maybe. Put it in there, it will. Just give it some time. Nice. I think that was very well constructed. I think it was good. I will say, yeah, my main thing that I'm looking for is just like a little more detail, whether that be in like some sound effects or some extra instruments here and there, just things to keep it interesting. And I know it is more minimal, and that's totally cool. Minimal music is totally fine. But even in a lot of minimal music, there still is like, you know, some small details and things happening to keep it interesting, you know what I'm saying? And minimal doesn't necessarily just mean like, you know, like 2 to 3 instruments. It's one of those things where, you know, just the details and things like that are more subtle. And you could totally implement some more of those in this track. But I mean, what you got down is good. What you got down is good. I think you did a clean job with it. Sounds clean. Clean. I feel weird popping to like the live stream page of YouTube every time I close out a thing. I might not do that. Might not do that anymore. I don't know why. It won't show the stream key. Oh, deathstep. Okay. The Cornfield. Pyro beats. Let's see what you got. This is loud. This is loud. I hate to do this to you, Pyro, but I might have to take you down a notch. We all know you mix loud. Here we go. What do you mean Pyro isn't good? really like this so far. I think this is awesome. I love the creativity that you're putting into this. It definitely reminds me of like some weird, just some weird experiment, some of the more experimental stuff that like Code Pandorum has done. Which, like, have you ever heard the song Ink by Code Pandorum? It's really, really cool. And I think that the one thing that's sort of rubbing me the wrong way about this so far, I think is really just the bell that I hear in the background. The bell is cool. Like the actual pattern that you're playing and the idea behind it, having that going in the background is totally cool. I just think it's a little bit dry. You know what I'm saying? So like it's definitely a great idea. I just think maybe the sound is a little bit dry. And you can hear in Ink by Code Pandorum how he takes that like music box sound and he like warps it and puts these weird effects on it to like stretch it and make it all wonky and weird. He adds those effects, and that's what plays in the background is like the really wet kind of warped sounding bell. It's not warped sounding, like, I don't know what it is, a music box. The warped sounding music box, not just the dry music box. So maybe adding some effects to that bell would be cool, but I think it sounds awesome. The sound design fits perfectly. Wait, Code Pandorum is German? Is that true? I didn't know that. Kalimba. Nice. Good atmosphere. Foley sounds, yeah. Oh. So juicy. Yo, did I hear like a drill style 808 pattern there? Yeah, I definitely did. Yeah, just links in the feedback chat. Cool. Nice. I like it. I think that a lot of this track is drop. Like most of this track is drop. And it might be a little bit much. Like, I love what you've done in the drop, but it almost looks like most of this is like all drop, and then like all of this is all drop, and there's just a couple of little areas for like bridge and stuff. Maybe expand the other bits a little bit to add some more stuff just to make sure it stays interesting. Because it is like a 4.5 minute long track, which is a decent time for a track. Like, it's a pretty long track, but with this much drop, it might be a little bit long. Maybe you could condense down the drops and add more in the middle, or you know, maybe the track could do with just being a little shorter, something like that. But man, the sounds you got in here are dope. I love the sound design. I love the way you did it. Great creativity. It's nice and loud. It sounds good. It's a great Halloween. It's a great Halloween track. It's a very good one. Well done. Ooh, Synthonics. I said Synthonics has submitted a few that have been pretty good so far. Ooh. That's a good intro. Skip your link? No, I didn't. know. Okay, I love that detail. Did you hear that like weird bell? That was like dang, dang, dang. I don't know what it was, but I love it. Wait a minute, wait a minute. That was awesome. Also, I'm a sucker for bass house, so I'm automatically gonna have my head bobbing. The vocals with the chords, clean. There it is again. That's such a cool detail. I love those little details like that, where you just bring in that other sound to hit in those weird moments. I love it. Nice. Yeah, it's not too long of a song. It's just 2.5 minutes, but I know I've said on stream that I that I kind of like short songs. I don't know why I like short songs. I don't know. They're just short and sweet. I like them a lot. I think Synthonics actually, he ended up making the best, or she, I don't know, ended up making the best song. Was it last stream or the stream before? I can't remember, but I think the Synthonic song that was submitted, I chose as my favorite for the stream. And I think I might leave this one up here, because this one is just so dang cool. I love it. I think it's awesome. I'll leave this one up here for right now. So far, it was my favorite. I love the execution there. Ooh, we got some dubstep, though. Everyone knows I love dubstep. So good, man. Yeah, what in the heck version of Doge is that? Why? So far, I like where you've gone with like the death step sort of feel, especially with like the pan snare. You know what I'm saying? I think, yeah. The main issue is it is very messy. I think that the main like basses are stuff in the background. It's sort of hard to tell what phrase it's playing. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't necessarily a bad thing all the time, but it's more of like when that's the only thing that's playing for a while. You know what I'm saying? Then it starts to get a little confusing and it sounds like a little out of key compared with the rest. But I mean, like when you listen to the track in just like a little bit, it seems to still work, you know? I feel like if you hadn't have gone the death step route, it wouldn't work, but since there's like the death step stuff in the background, it actually does, and you added the screams and stuff like that. So even though it's kind of messy, it doesn't not work. I know my feedback there was very vague, but I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about the track. Like I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I think. Is it too messy, or is that just a style? You know? This part I do like. That's cool. There's a lot of bass in this building. I actually like this part better. I think this part has better like phrasing of the basses and stuff like that. I like how you constructed it, but the drop starts here. You can see how it actually gets quieter in the drop versus like this part right here versus this bridge and build up. And I think that's because there's so much bass in the build up that it makes it look and sound so loud. I'd probably take out some of that bass and make sure the drop should look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that part at the end right there. I appreciate that a lot. Again, kind of a long song, you know what I'm saying? 4 minutes and 42 seconds, nothing to mess around with. So yeah, I think the consensus here is that yes, it is messy, but that's not necessarily terrible, because this is like a death step style track. Having it be like dirty and grimy and messy like that is not necessarily a bad thing. So that could be purely up to taste, but I really do actually enjoy the sound design that you put into that. I did enjoy that. So much mid noise. Yeah, there's a lot of noise. It's a very noisy track. It's a very noisy track, but that's okay. Electronic. Oh boy. We got like lyrics and stuff. Like, yeah.
Even if the sky is falling, even if the sun isn't rising, I will call your name just to be right.
I love the little
there
glittery
next
sound
to you.
effects.
Yeah, even if the stars
In
don't
the background
shine,
stuff.
I seem to find the light within your heart. I will be right there to make sure it's alright. You feel falling, trying to find the purpose of it.
Clean. Clean.
Tired, you don't have to look, you already got it. You feel that you hide. Baby, you got a world outside, which is beautiful. You gotta take a look inside. You find the treasure that
He's about to go in.
Baby, you got a world outside. It's so beautiful.
Man's coming at this like a pro. That's very well done, very well constructed, right? You did the vocal great, all the background stuff worked in beautifully. You had the intro, the verse, then like the breakdown with the build up, and you had the drop that didn't last too long. All the elements in the drop matched up. It was very good, very well mixed as well. I think the only thing that bothered me is like there's like a low frequency of the snare that kind of resonates a little more than I'd want it to. A little more high. Yeah. I'd probably add a little more of that. Maybe a little bit more sizzle on the snare and a little less of the low end, like boom. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a little bit of that. But other than that, man, this is sounding so good. The vocal's beautiful.
No matter what my people, you don't step up to that, 'cause you got a reason. So many reasons. You feel all in, trying to find the purpose of it. Don't get tired.
This drum pattern is awesome.
You find a treasure that you hide. You gotta take a look inside. You find a
building back
treasure
up.
that you hide. You got a world outside. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Even if the skies falling down, it's so beautiful.
Oh, and those little sound effects. That second drop was very well done as well. I like the kind of the fake out style drop that you did, like right at the beginning of the second drop. I think that was done well. There really isn't too much I have to say about this as far as like critique goes. I think you guys in the chat can also agree with me. This is just a very well done track. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it fits the vocals really well. That's another thing that a lot of people don't talk about is like creating a track that actually works well with the vocals you have, or getting vocals that actually work so well with the track that you have. So you're not just throwing a vocal that happens to be in the same key and tempo in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like it's all actually designed to be together. So that's what I like about this one. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. We got Ganymede. Yeah. Some more dubstep. This is loud. Look at that. That's a waveform. Yeah, the snare was the only thing I had, like, that sort of rubbed me the wrong way. That is a lot. For an intro, that is a lot of bass. Okay. Whoa, those basses had like, they were like, but they actually had like tonality to them. It was like it was chords. Right back down into piano. Okay, what the heck just happened? I paused it in the middle. I shouldn't have. I love those little details in there. Sorry I had to play the same thing over again, but I needed to hear that. God, the sounds that I'm hearing, I don't know what half of them are exactly, but it's so cool. Like the way you did this with all the details. You just didn't have to. You did not have to do that. There was no reason. You did not. This is not something you had to do. You did not have to go in that hard. Bruh. Yo. No, we want to hear it. That was awesome. I love in the second drop how you brought in those hi-hats. I was like those really fast ones. I love that so much. I hear that in metal a lot, where they're just like every now and then it'll be like of like really fast hi-hats. And that's what I thought of when I heard the second drop, and it sounds so good, man. That's so good, man. Okay, Synthonics, you made an amazing track. It's a great track. I love it. I gotta put Ganymede up here as my new personal favorite for the stream. That's awesome. That is a good track. Necro Trap. What is that all about? Wait, he's not on Spotify? Why? Get on Spotify. DistroKid. It's cheap. It's like $20 a year. Also, my sister's trying to get in touch with me. I promise I'm listening to the track. I just have to answer this as well. This intro is dirty. Or it's not even intro, that's like the drop. That was cool. I forgot this is trap. I love those little glitchy bits where you just take those samples and glitch them out. Oh. Here's the thing. I think my favorite part of this track is not just like the cool sound design and how dirty the drums are. I love those, but I really, really like the fact that you added that high sort of drone up top. Like this is one of those things that's actually, in my opinion, really looked over, is just adding one note of like a ringing higher synth or string or something in the back of your drop fills out the space so much. Like it would be so empty if you didn't have that, but you have that and it sounds so good. That synth that's just buzzing at the top, I love that. I think that's really well done. I would probably say the basses being so stereo are totally fine. That's totally fine to have the basses stereo, but what happened to all those beginner producers? They're here, you know what I'm saying? But you guys are scaring them off. You guys are scaring them off with these good tracks, man. They shouldn't be scared though, because this is the point of the feedback stream. I would say the only thing is probably just make sure that your sub bass is mono, because I'm hearing like some, it sounds like some like weird phasing issues in the low end. That's the only thing I'm hearing that I'm like, that's sort of itching me the wrong way. Everything else about this is awesome. I love this. It goes hard. It's creative. That's awesome. The beginning producers, they've grown up. They grow up so fast. Wait, orchestral dubstep. Oh, okay. I'm hyped for this. I haven't heard like proper orchestral dubstep in so long. Look at that waveform. A little bit quiet in the intro, but that's fine. Ooh. This is a journey. This is going all over the place. I love this so far. I think it's awesome. I'd say make the orchestral elements a little louder and a little more powerful in the intro, just so they kind of fit with the rest of the track. But man, this is cool. Those choirs. It's just AU5 basses all over the place. It sounds great. organization of this is very unique. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see the separate sections. It's like transitioning from section to section. I think some of the transitions are a little bit choppy. Like, you can see how sort of chopped up the track looks. But overall, as far as the stuff you got in here, man, this is good. I love those drums. Those drums are hitting hard. Also, I see that your name is Ferocious Catfish, so this is obviously a catfish, but it looked like Mr. Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Whoop, it's rising. What did that say?
Snare.
I don't know. It's like it has a triumphant ending, you know what I'm saying? Snare. Oh, okay. I think those orchestral parts are really well constructed. I think some of the orchestral stuff is missing a little bit of the mid to low region, like it all sounds like it's going through an OTT. So it's not quite as sort of clear and rich and warm as it could be. I understand that also works to kind of help it fit together with the electronic stuff better, but maybe a little bit more warmth in there with the cinematic stuff would be useful there. Hans Zimmer dubstep, but the journey to find the perfect snare, and at the end he found it.
Snare.
Yeah, that is saying snare. Why did I not hear what that was saying? Anyway, that's a cool track. I like the orchestral dubstep. I like the idea of the journey. I think that was very well done. Very well done. I'd probably just fix the levels of the orchestra bits, maybe add a little bit of warmth in there, and maybe clean up some of those transitions. Awesome. All right, Cedric, Deep House. Ooh.
Why don't you stay? Why don't you stay? Why don't you stay?
Please do come in, but check your ego at the door. We're everything that you wanted and even more. Stop playing games, cause we've been through it all before. I know the coach. Every time you leave, you
I like the
can't wait to
vocals.
come back. You'll be on your knees, I tell you, hit the road, Jack. Wouldn't it be better if you never left? And don't pretend you've got his love away. Oh, why don't you stay? Why don't you stay?
This is my Deep House dance.
Don't pretend you've got his love away. Oh, why don't you stay? Why don't you stay? Oh, you just don't pretend you've got his love away. Why don't you stay?
That was cool. I like that. I think I would have liked to hear a little more, maybe a little bit of sizzly high end. Like for the rest of the track, it's probably fine, but maybe just for the drop, a little bit more sizzle in the high end would make it sound a little crispy. And I just want to listen to this little transition right here. Yeah, I'd probably take the bass out of this build-up, because I can hear like a rolling bass that's also very stereo. It's taking up a lot of the low end, and then when the drop comes, it makes it sound like there isn't as much low end as there actually is. So I'd probably take that out, or like cut the sub of the build-up, so when the drop hits, you have a nice deep clean low end, and you have a nice, you know, crispy high end, and that makes it sound nice and cleanly produced. But this is good. I do be vibing.
Why don't you stay? Please do come in, but check your ego at the door. We're everything that you wanted and even more.
Gotta sleep.
Stop playing games, 'cause we've been through it all before. I know the course. Every time you leave, you can wait to come back. You'll be on your knees, I tell you, hit the road, Jack.
Maybe, I don't think I would sidechain that vocal, but that might just be my own personal taste.
Wouldn't it be better if you never left? And don't pretend just put his love away. You'll be on your knees, I tell you, hit the road, Jack. Why don't you stay? Why don't you stay? Ooh, you don't pretend you put his love away. Oh, why don't you stay? Why don't you stay?
I feel like I could be wrong because I'm not as well versed in deep house as I am in some other genres, but I feel like there could be a little bit of like just one other element in the second part of the drop. It doesn't have to be like another instrument. It could literally be just like an ambience or sound effect or like a little percussion or like just something else to be like, oh, okay, this is the second drop. It's a little bit different from the first one. It would not have to be big at all. I feel like there's just like a little bit something missing. So maybe some mess around there could reap some good results, but this still sounds good. Cool, very nice. That's a good length for a track. 3 minutes for deep house. Yeah, I like that. How many submissions usually get played for stream? I have never counted. A good many, but you know, I've never gotten to the end in literally any stream. Like this, they come in too quick. You know what I'm saying? You guys are fast with it. You guys are very fast with it. But okay, I don't know why this didn't generate a thumbnail. Oh, okay. Well, it still works. Yeah, even just like rhythmic white noise, but this sounds like it's about to be really cool. That's cool. I like that a lot. It's like metallic, but still has those like harmonic tonalities that make it like color bass style. I love that. I think it's awesome. I feel like there's a little bit of like in the drop itself. You hear in like the build up, there's a lot of sort of warm mid frequencies, but then you get to the drop. And a lot of those warm mid frequencies kind of cut out, which makes it sound a little bit weak. It sounds nice and crispy, which is cool, but maybe bringing back some of those more mid warm wide frequencies in some way, a little bit of in the drop, even if it's just in the background, could kind of help fill it out a little bit. But man, this is good. Those drums go in. Hashtag space. I like it. Yeah, sorry, it's just my sister. Man, good sound design. I like that sound design a lot. And color-based sound design is hard. Like I've done a bit of it, you know what I'm saying? And I can do it, but it's still really challenging. It is very unique. I will say, I don't think this is necessary. So I'm sure that would be trimmed. I'm sure that would be trimmed up. But overall, this thing is dope. I really, really like it. I like the sound design that you did in it. Perhaps there could be a little more of melodic change within the basses itself. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the basses seem to have kind of the same harmonics playing the same sort of chords and pitches. Perhaps there could be some change there, but I mean, that's not really necessary. I'd say just kind of fill in the warmer mid regions of the drop. And this thing is good. You made a good track here, dude. Solid. But I'm excited because I see something Doom. And I like Doom. I like Doom music. This is our first YouTube link. Might have to turn it up here. In the style of Doom Eternal. Nope, I have not. A lot of times, I didn't skip you, I promise. I know a lot of times these come in just a slightly different order. Odds are you're just a couple down the list. It's probably not a problem. But this sounds really cool. I like this. I like the mixture of those guitars and the synths in the background. I think it's really well done. I feel like, see, this is so rough when I get Doom music because I immediately obviously compare it to Mick Gordon, and Mick Gordon is a god. So it's really hard to get away from it, you know. It's really hard to get away with mixing that isn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? I would say I just want the drums to hit harder. I just want it to punch a little bit more, because Mick Gordon's stuff punches, and I want to hear a bit of the punch. Even for tracks like this that are very ambient, you know what I'm saying? You still get like punch and heaviness in there, and that's what I want to hear a little bit more of. But you hear how like background the drums are. These need to like punch a little bit more, and you know what I'm saying? That's a cool synth. Bass is a tiny bit loud. Ooh. I like the tone that's on those guitars. I think the tone that you put on those guitars is awesome. It fits perfectly. Oh, and it slows down at the end. Nice. That was cool. I like that. It's definitely very heavy, obviously, but it's almost more of like the ambient cinematic style doom track. So that, which I'm perfectly down with. I think it's awesome. Not everything has to be like super thrashy and fast all the time. I think that sounded good. Sidechained to infinity. Yeah. This could do with a little bit of sidechaining, you know what I'm saying? And maybe bringing in some more techniques from heavier electronic music would probably make it sound a little heavier, a little punchier, a little more mix style. Where is my guitar rack from? I use Bias Effects. I've had a little bit of trouble with Bias Effects in FL Studio in the sense that it doesn't like to remember my patches every time I reload projects, which is really annoying, and it doesn't seem like the people at Bias Effects over there have addressed that. But that could just be me. You know what I'm saying? I like the tones that I get from Bias Effects. Bias Effects 2. They're pretty good. But nice doom track. I approve. I approve. Wormbirds. Okay. Anytime a track comes on with like an anime profile, it's always good. It's never not. Come on. Bring the build up.
Is this melodic rhythm or pitch bass?
It tickles your eardrums. It's like out here, and it's like I don't know.
That's cool, bro.
Dang, that's cool. I definitely think it's melodic rhythm. That's not a future bass sound. But I like the fact that you had those really cool basses, those really unique and cool basses that didn't have too much body, but they had really good texture and really good tonality. And you had those kind of all up and around here, spread around. But you also had the classic like saw bass that's distorted with a little bit of white noise. You had that in the background going constantly under it. That's a lot more understandable. And I think that's a really, really good call here. Listen for like the dirty saw bass in the background with also the cool color basses. Yeah, there you can really hear it. Like, that's a good way of mixing basses. Like, that's really well done. I like this a lot. I think it was good. Not much I can say here. It's just a minute. Mixing wise. God, this is just good. This is good. I approve of this. I actually don't have any critiques. I think this is really cool. Finish the track, man. Finish the track. That's good color bass. Hello, how are you doing? Howdy, howdy. All right. Nice, that was fun. Ooh, there was a cool fill at the end there. I like that a lot. First of all, a kick at the start. I don't exactly remember what the kick at the start was, but I heard it and I had no complaints, so I approve. But I think this is pretty cool. I would say the main thing I would do is probably... I think the pattern of the basses is totally fine. I would say the basses just need to kind of mix together a little bit more. You know, you want to make sure that they're sort of in the same place. Stereo-wise, you want to make sure that one's not a lot louder than another one. You know, they have the same sort of bass and stuff like that. So you can kind of take all those different basses that you have going on and kind of mix them in similar ways so they sound sort of cohesive. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't? Oh, okay. Oh, were you asking about whether I wanted a kick at the start or not? I don't I don't remember. My memory's so terrible. But yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think you have a really cool thing here. You just have to mix your basses together a little bit better. Yeah, did you hear like some of those basses in there didn't really have much body in the low mid region, whereas others really did. So you want to make sure they're together. Have you heard the new Whitechapel album? I've listened through some of the songs so far. That's one of the ones where I definitely want to like take time to listen to it well. I've listened through some of the ones so far and they sound really good. I like them a lot. I like the direction that Whitechapel is taking with their music. I'm a big fan. But anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Sounds cool. Oh, we got some more Doom stuff. Ooh. It sounds like it's gonna go in. Skipped ahead a little too much, my bad. think it is, like, as cool as it is, because this is really dang cool. It is very messy. I think I need to hear just more rhythm. I think I need to hear more of a rhythm. Like, I need some drums. Like, I hear a little bit of drum patterns in the background, but they're so hidden behind those screechy synths that I wanna hear those come through and punch through a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So I can really follow the rhythm and make sure it's pounding and it's steady. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about Res. Res is dope. I like Res. Thanks. Plenty of work left to do. I love these textures though. These textures, they sound awesome. You can hear those drums in the background. Just give those more bass and more punch. You can make it a little more synthetic. It'll be totally fine. Nice. That synth line at the end kind of sounded like the one I did in my Doom video, which is kind of cool. They could just totally by chance. It's not exactly a complicated synth line. But yeah, I think that was awesome. I just want to hear more rhythm. I want to hear some drums punch through, man. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of high frequency stuff and a lot of stuff just kind of wall of sound. I need some drums to get some more dynamics in there. But oh, I saw this logo and it looked like my headphones were like really, really big and I was very confused. But cool. Cool. We got a house thing, all right. Joyride house, but not actually. It's important. Use my synth. I'm ready for this. Ooh, and the drums get more minimal. Oh, this is cool, ain't it, bruv? Yes, I am a sucker for bass house, but I really genuinely like this. It has such a like gritty, grimy like sound design and texture to the track. I think it's awesome. And then whatever this is at the end. It's like strings or something. I don't know. That was dope. I like that a lot. I think it was creative. I think it sounded really good. Man, the drop hit hard. One, because I realized I had it all the way up for the last song, which was quiet. So got a little bit of a boost there. But it's one of those tracks where like it's clean, but also really dirty at the same time. So I like it. I approve. I'd say make sure the sub is mono. That's something that applies to, in my opinion, almost every type of music. With the exception of like some cinematic tracks, I say just make sure that sub is mono, and man.
For my bitch, I bought her the number, she need a race. They don't want it cause I come to be free. They don't.
This goes hard. This goes hard. I like it. That's a good work in progress right there. That is good. We got Saw Wave. Ah, no, this oh, okay, this is Xenal. I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced. Man, that's tough luck. If you're in the chat right now and you want to go find your link and you want to edit it and put in a link that actually works, then I will definitely go back and listen to it because you were in line. You were in line. You know what I'm saying? You're right here. Saw Wave. So if you're in the chat and you want to go in and fix that link, then you can totally go in and edit your thing and fix that link, and I will listen to it. Because it sucks to have your track there and then just the link not work. That's the most annoying thing ever. Ah, Halloween themed track. Oh, it's Tear Out. Okay. You're in for a fun time. This is like construction site dubstep. Cool. I think this sounds dope. I think this sounds really cool. I do really like the sounds being used here. I think the sounds are awesome. I just think they need a little bit of variation because it seems like just a huge line of one sound and then move on to a huge line of a different sound and then move on to a huge line of a different sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd probably kind of like switch it up and have kind of a back and forth, like a call and response thing when it comes to those basses. You know what I'm saying? The drums could be a little punchier and hit a little harder. They sound kind of almost trappy right now, especially the kick. It sounds like a heavy trap kick, but not gun basses, just drill basses. Yeah, it's like jackhammer basses, you know what I'm saying? So maybe some more dubsteppy drums could benefit with like punch, but I mean this thing still sounds awesome. Yeah, you hear what I'm saying? Where it's like the sounds are good, it's just sort of a lot of the same thing. Also, I think the transition to the second drop wasn't super clear. Like I want there to be a point where like the drop hits down, you know what I'm saying? Like you could have a fake out drop kind of like you did, and then the drop like really hits on a kick, you know what I'm saying? So that could be cleaned up, but I mean this thing is heavy. Wrap it up with a scream. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I think that overall the sounds in this were really cool. I love the sounds that you used. I think like someone said in the chat, the main thing to take away is just sort of composition, you know, composing and really constructing some good patterns for those spaces. Let's see. I sent a link to track in Casual Talk channel. Oh, okay. Your Sawwave. Oh, okay. So let me real quick. Let's see. We were at Xenon right there in Casual Talk. You hop down here. See, this is it. Oh, okay. I see. Awesome. Let me get you real quick. There we are. Work in progress. That was dope. I like that a lot. Like the sound design was sick. The drums were mixed well. It's got good ambience. Like I'm trying to think of critique. Yeah, the lasers are nice. The lasers sound really good. Yeah, I wish I had more critique for you. It's just a good work in progress so far. I think it sounds really good. I think as long as you make my only critique, make more. Yeah, I think as long as you make sure that your intro and the rest of everything else you build for it is based around that drop, like in the sense that it all works together. So many times I'll hear a good drop like this just not match up with the intro or the build at all, because they made a cool drop, they made a cool intro, and they just kind of shoved them together. Like there wasn't any thought about mixing the two together. So as long as you make an intro that fits this track's gonna be a banger, man. So yeah, short and sweet, just 33 seconds right there. That's my advice. Just, you know, go with this, roll with this, because you have a good thing. Also, that's a dope OTT skin. I want that OTT skin. All right, and we're going back. Live stream feedback. Let me scroll back up. Oh, wait a minute. No, this was where we were. So we just did that. All right, we're moving on to Viper. Drumstep. I should make a drumstep video. I haven't made drumstep in so long.
About 240,000 miles away. About as far as 10 trips around the Earth.
Yeah, this really does sound like Temanite. It sounds really cool. It's very long, 5.5 minutes. It's a long track. That's Skrillex's vocal. Oh no. This is dope. You have that screechy lead with the chords, the boom dunk 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 dunk, the offbeat chords. It sounds so good. This is like definitely some stuff that I would have listened to in 2016. Like, it's awesome. I love it. And that's not saying that it's like an older style is not a diss. Like, I still like this a lot. The controversial double lead layer. I think you pulled it off great. Whoa. Man, that was good. That was very well made, like very well constructed. Like, I could tell you knew what you were doing where you were laying out all those bits, you know what I'm saying? I think the sound design all works together. It's not like a weird mix of like super modern experimental sounds with like old classic sounds. It's not like a weird mix between that. Like, you found a good style and you really went for it and you hit the nail on the head. Nice bridge too. It is a little bit long. 5.5 minutes is a long track, so I'm gonna skip through a little bit, but it sounds like if like 2016 Temanite and 2016 Spag Heady made a track in like together. It sounds awesome. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I think the only thing I would have done differently is I would have probably just made the track a little shorter. It's kind of long. But like if you want a long track, then that's totally fine. There are plenty of people who like that, you know what I'm saying? So that's just my own personal opinion there, is like listening to that for like 5.5 minutes, it gets a little bit long. But man, with what you did here, it's awesome. I think you did a really good job of mixing those basses. This sounds like the glory days of like Massive sound design. You know what I'm saying? Like sound design and Massive. You sound like one of those people that like got really good at Massive and everyone was like super impressed with. Yeah. Hot dub time machine. Nice. Yeah, I think this was awesome. You get a seal of approval from me. It also does kind of, I know your logo here is Knife Party. It does remind me of Knife Party stuff too. Knife Party was so good when they were really doing dubstep. They were awesome. Did I skip it? No, I didn't. Ooh, this sounds fun. We're all newbies in the beginning. Oh, is there a bit of swing? That was dope. I love how you added swing in there. Like adding some swing, I think was an excellent choice. Like that made it really unique. Eat super soft stabs. I mean, if they were there, I wouldn't complain. But... breaking it down. And into the melodic at the end. That's awesome. The transition from the 4/4 to the halftime worked out so well. That's how you do it right there. That's how you do that transition. Like that was clean. That was cold. Because if the 4/4 beat had continued any longer than that, I would have been like, yeah, no, you gotta cut it off. But you did that transition perfectly. That was beautiful. Yeah, man, this thing is awesome. It's well mixed. It's unique. The sound design in this is good. When'd you guys get so good? When'd you guys get so good at music? Why am I up here critiquing this, man? This sounds awesome. Yeah, good, excellent melodic content, good length for the track. It's just good. Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, very well executed. Hint of shrimp. Hint of shrimp in the chat. All right. I love that instrument sample. Nice visuals. Ooh. Bro. I love that slow pounding beat. I think it's awesome. Ooh, tempo change there at the end. That's cool. Yeah, I think this sounds dope. I think the one thing that I'm thinking is it sounds almost a little bit lo-fi. You know what I'm saying? It's like lower quality. Like the high end isn't quite as like crispy and clean as it could be. Like there's high end there, but it just sounds a little bit lo-fi. You know what I'm saying? Too heavy? Do I give a thumbs down? No, don't do that. We like the heavy. We like the heavy. Well, not everyone likes the heavy, and that's totally cool. But yeah, I think this thing sounds dope. I'm just wondering what would create more of a lower quality effect there, because it's not necessarily just the high end. Like there is high end there. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds kind of lo-fi. That's the only thing that's tripping me off. You have some cool sounds in there. The pan snare works out really cool. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it's also the visual that the visual is dope and it goes along with the track so well as the glitches. You know what I'm saying? Too good of production qualities. What are you talking about? I don't even know what's going on here. But I was thinking this thing in the intro. That sample, I think I have the same one, and I'm wondering if it's the same one. I think I used it in the track because it's so cool. Was it this one? No. I think it's this one. Yeah. That's such a cool sample, isn't it? Like, that's an awesome sample. I think you used that really cool over here. Yeah, awesome. I think this sounded really cool. I think it's nice. Yeah, like fix the quality issues and that thing's gonna go hard. Force theme. All right. Force theme 2, the second one.
I think you should straighten up a little bit. I think you should. I think you should look at yourself in the mirror sometimes and say, "Look, what am I doing? Why am I this way?"
Ooh, the garage. It's a cool synth. That atmosphere is dope. There's a gnat flying around here that is annoying the piss out of me. So if you see me like doing stuff like this, it's a gnat. Dirty. The amount of new things happening in one spot is tripping me out, but I like it. That was awesome. Like, look at how weird that spot is. Yeah, hybrid trap. That's how I would put it. That sounds like people talking, but it's like watery and robot-y.
What am I doing? Why am I this way?
That was awesome. I like that a lot. That was a really unique track, not just in the style, but also in the layout. You know what I'm saying? Like we have like the garage stuff.
What am I doing?
And a little more here that sound really clean, and you go into like the heavier bass, like juicy stuff. Ooh. Like I don't know what's coming, but it's fun to just kind of roll with it. I like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's chaotic. Some would say too chaotic, but I appreciate the chaos. I think there's beauty in the madness here. So that's my opinion on that. Sounds dope. Ooh. Let's see. Please download the track. I don't know if I'm gonna download it, but I will listen to it on SoundCloud. Don't worry. I understand what SoundCloud does to the quality. It happens to me too. I can look past it. It sounds dope, but I will try. I will just try. I think there's such a cool layout of all these sounds that it sounds super dope. I think the main problem is just how it's mixed. You know, like I think the mixing is the only thing. Like some of the sounds are like really wet and they're like wide and they're out to the side, whereas the sine cooker is kind of sort of dry in the middle, and the snares sort of wonky and weird. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't really hit cleanly. Yeah, I think it's just mixing and stuff like that. I think that's the primary thing. We need some dark. Oh, I forgot. My bad. Yeah, we're doing some Halloween. We're doing some Halloween sale stuff. We got some trepidation, dark horror sounds that are up on the Ghosthack website right now. All right, really good for Halloween creepy stuff. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, we're doing some sales right now, some Halloween stuff. So check that out. There's a link in the chat. I think it was either Christoph or Alex that just posted that. Probably Christoph behind the Ghosthack account. Yeah, so you guys should go check that out if you like dark horror Halloween sounds. These are ones that I have downloaded on my computer and I have used, and they're very good. I recommend checking those out. I'm sorry, Christoph. It's my bad. Yeah, I think that snare's just strange. I think it's a strange snare. You could just change the snare. That might be my my advice. But I like the way everything is laid out. That's the thing. It's like the way you've laid everything out is good. Like it has good construction. You know what I'm saying? Just getting everything to mix together is what I would say. Oh, there's some silence at the end there. Oh, I see that. Okay. Yeah, that would be my advice. You know what I'm saying? Get all those things mixed together. Yeah, Christoph Ghosthack in the chat. He's keeping us modded up. Appreciate him.
The dance hall can talk with my energy. flaunting impartial, morbid, the penalty swarms, it's all never seen. Scrolls from the lesser sea, forceful lessons leave north with profanities.
So we got some bass action here. We have like some guitars. It sounds like some like metal rock drums in the background and some rapping. That's a lot to mix together, but
Back to the back cave in audible ministries, lack the ability to slap minis. Wild words swerve as I burst from your village beat, cursed with the superbest words in all living speak.
Is the future? You just have to surrender. This is the future. You just have to surrender.
Do you think that this is some kind of game?
Hold the phone up, I'm John Travolta. Fever on a Saturday night, I won't come. Sober poker, I roll the gold funds. Twin barrel, narrow mind, thoughts are slipping up. Bars of cards with the Padres are starving up.
I think it sounds really cool so far. I really like what you've done with like the different the different elements that you've added here. I think again the Achilles heel of this track is probably the mixing. I think there's a little too much sub, and I definitely want to hear that vocal be more present. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring up the presence of that vocal so it's nice and hard and heavy and carries through and matches the rest of the elements.
Artists, phrases, I'm flambé, captain darkened. Masters, cross from the past with I'm laughing at masters, the wordplay's incredible.
Is the future? You just have to.
I won't be able to get to all of them, but I'm gonna get through as many as I can in 3 hours.
This is the future. You just have to surrender.
Do you think that this is some kind of game?
Also, I'm not a super big fan of the use of that vocal there, where it's like, do you think this is some kind of game? It's like, I like the idea, but I'm not sure that that's the vocal for that part. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't exactly match it.
Pancake, I flip the script up, sink to elixirs, one ripped in six stuff, you're a one-off bootleg,
He's lurking.
rinsed and ripped off,
Alex
I'm
in
a
the
one-up
chat.
true say, living in low dunks, reflect status, vacate the delayed, living in the days of the 4-4 payslip, eyes wide shut, close no jumps, road code never overdone.
Yeah, it does sound kind of like Virus Syndicate. You could go listen to some Virus Syndicate tracks to like for tips and reference on how to mix in those kind of vocals, because it sounds dope. I want to hear it be more present.
I don't really wanna see them. Revelers are running on the weekend. Fine line of where the scene ends. Wanna run around, but me I take time. I don't really wanna see them. Revelers are wanna run around, but me I take time. I don't really wanna see them. I don't really wanna see them.
This is a dope music video. Like, dang.
I don't really wanna, I don't really wanna, I don't really wanna.
Do you think that this is some kind of game?
What is important to you? What dreams do you have? What are you waiting for? Exit the house.
Nice. That was cool. I like that. That was fun. I think it was dope. Yeah, I think the main thing is still just the mixing. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure that's mixed in properly. Perhaps the guitars could get a little more presence as well. You know what I'm saying? So they don't sound so like kind of muffled. They can be more like just like more open. You know what I'm saying? I might recommend a little bit of that too. That's my main qualm with this. I think that the music was dope. I think it was a cool video. It was nice. I approve. I like. All right. We move. All right, right into it. Okay. Let me see. Let me give this channel some clout. sounding really good so far.
All of the lights down, drop. All of the lights down, drop.
Man, that sounded great. That sounded right off Spinning Records. Like that was some good house music. Like maybe there could be a little more click of the kick. Actually, no, scratch that. It sounds good. I'm nitpicking, looking for something to get at, but it sounds good. Is the sub too high? Does it need to go down another octave? I don't know. I feel like maybe a harmonic of the sub, one octave up, it could be EQ'd a little better, so the very sub is pushed up a little more, whereas that harmonic is pushed down a little bit. I don't know. It sounds pretty clean to me.
I gotta keep my pace. I realize you're gone the second I reveal my age.
Yeah, this is a festival track right here. I do this stream to critique, but you guys are good. That was cold. How you went from like the trap to the house right back again. It mixed in so well. Yeah, I think there is a harmonic of that kick sub that you have going on that's a little bit, it's resonating a little bit higher than it should be. But man, other than that, this is definitely next up on the Tomorrowland set list. The fills are so clean too. Nice. That was dope. Yeah. Once again, it's one of those things where I'm trying to find stuff to critique, but you guys are good. You guys are really good at music, you know what I'm saying? So I highlight the things that I like about it. I think the drums in this one were really clean. I really like how you did all those fills, the transition from the trap part to the house part. That's a tricky transition to pull off, right? But I think you did it really well. I think this is very well constructed. Very well constructed. All right. We got Evie Lanch? I don't know. Drum and bass. Is that supposed to be a play on words for like avalanche, but it's Evie Lanch because you have the mountain? That could be it. That could be it. If so, that's cool. I didn't even see what the... it's a remix. You can't do the remixes, man. You can't do the remixes. It's in the rules. I can't do the remixes. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't afford to make exceptions. I can't do the remixes. I've started, so I'll listen to a little bit of it and I'll just check the mix, but I can't do the remix tracks, man. I mean, I like it. It has like a chip tune, like the chip tune drum and bass kind of vibe. You have the neuro basses down there. I think making sure that the neuro basses are nice and clean, especially in the low sub regions, would probably be a good thing to do. But but yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I can't do the remixes too much. I wish I could make exceptions, but I can't do that. It's in the rules. Work in progress. Ooh, Ghost Asset. I think I remember Ghost Asset submitting some cool stuff. It sounds like I like those power chords. It sounds really This sounds dope. It sounds like something Cell Dweller would do. Like I was listening to the new Cell Dweller stuff where he was doing more drum and bass action. I definitely think this is of a similar style. I think it's awesome. Cool. Would love this on Forza. Oh yeah, this would be a great song to race to. That would be awesome. I think that it gets a little bit messy as far as the elements go. I think there's a lot of elements that are in the same frequency range that are oh, it's the second time I mentioned Cell Dweller. Oh, I didn't even know. You got the Cell Dweller style going on. I like it. But I think there's a lot of sounds that are generally in the same frequency range that sort of mix together. I don't think that it's necessarily bad, but I think it does sort of make it hard to hear the individual elements. You know what I'm saying? So that is something to keep in mind. That doesn't necessarily make it bad, but understand when there is so many sounds in that one frequency range that are just filling up that mid to high region with harmonics, it will sort of kind of mix everything together and wash it together into one. That being said, like if that's the vibe that you want to go for, I think you really did it well. Like it all kind of comes together, you know what I'm saying? Versus a track like what would be like the song Lightbringer by Far Too Loud. There's a lot of different sounds in there that are taking up the same frequency range, but they're all very separated, you know what I'm saying? So you can hear all of the different ones, you know what I'm saying? That would be kind of a contrast A-B. But overall, I think this is really cool, especially mixing metal with electronic music. Mixing metal with electronic music is hard. That is a task to take on, but I think you took it on well. I think you took it on really good. All right. Got some more dubstep. Awesome. Water flow. Yeah, my guy's still on the FL Studio demo. I was on that for a long time. Okay, see you, Pyro. Pyro beats. Nice. I think you have to accept all the rules and stuff first before you can find the live stream feedback channel in Discord. But yeah, I think this is really cool. I think a couple of things that I've heard so far, I would say maybe make the build up a little more prominent and a little less heavy. Like you can't really see where the drop starts. Like I think the build up is already pretty heavy. You know what I'm saying? And I'd maybe make that a little more. Make that just bring that back a little bit and then let the drop hit even harder, because the drop is really cool. I like how you've laid out all these sounds. I think it has a cool layout. The only thing I'm hearing with the basses is that some of the basses are sort of weirdly like stereo and out of phase. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of coming from two different directions, and it makes it sound not completely whole and full. Dealing with phase issues is a really confusing thing, especially for someone who's just getting into it. I don't know if you're just getting into it. I just know that you're using the demo right now, and that's what most people are doing when they're just getting into it. So it's definitely not easy. I would say making sure that your basses have a solid foundation in the middle, and then also have some extra width, either with like some unison or chorus or something like that. Just make sure that it's not completely separated out and like in two different places in the stereo spectrum. It's tricky to get right, but if you can get it right, it will really help the mix of your track. Cool. Let's see, where were we at? Once again, you have a good back and forth between these basses. It's just kind of the phasing issues that I would take care of. Nice. And have it fade out there. Yeah, it sounds really cool. It's probably better than most anything I made on the FL Studio demo. I think that's cool. What you use to do formant shift. I usually use, if I'm doing vocals, usually a little altar boy, but you can do that with you can do that in Edison too. Not too difficult. You just have to kind of render it. You can't really do it live. So that's what I use. But cool. Yeah, I think this is really cool for some dubstep in FL Studio. Nice job. Excellent work. Ooh, some more dubstep. This is a dubstep day. It's a dubstep Halloween. Oh, I used to have so many phase issues and formant issues. Or not formant issues, just phase issues. I like this reverse piano though.
Lost inside in the solitude.
Vocals are kind of cool.
Walking through the dark woods, the stars guiding me.
No problem.
Heart drowning in the ocean, just wanna be free. Hiding from the darkness and running to the edge.
I like these drums.
Eyes closed and praying for my life. Is this my end? I jumped from the cliff to catch the shooting stars. Eyes blinded by the falsehood. I felt now my body filled with scars.
Got those cinematic drums. This is a very long intro. We're like almost 2 minutes in. I mean, it's a really long track, but this is an intro. Sounds good. It sounds good. This reminds me so much of the music that my friend Elijah makes with the long intros and the huge chords with the just trailing on and on. It's exactly his kind of style. That's what I'm thinking of when I hear this track, man. But yeah, I think it sounds good. You have some nice juicy chords, a solid lead over it, some good drums that punch through. Yeah, I would probably, if it was me, I might add some fancy stuff to the lead to make it a little more interesting, whether that be like some more vibrato or like some pitch slides, you know what I'm saying? To like humanize it. I might do a little bit of that just to make sure to keep it interesting, because like it is dubstep, but there isn't much like bass action going on, so it's good to keep it interesting with some stuff like that. But this thing is sounding good. That was cool. I like that little dubsteppy part. It could hit a little bit harder mixing wise in that part, like the snare was kind of hidden. The snare could just, you could take like the must-die snare or something like that. Like that could totally work there to kind of help that slap a little bit harder. But I like that you added a dubstep part. Or like a bro step kind of dubstep part. Again, very long track. Walking through the dark woods, the stars guiding me. like it, man. I kind of miss making that style. I've done a little bit of that before. With the keys. A nice melodic outro. Very cool. I like it a lot. It definitely reminds me of the stuff I've done. Like this was the collab that I did with my friend who makes that style of music. And I miss those big chords, like the stuff you did here. Man, yeah, you did a good job with that. I like this. It makes me want to make more of this style. Makes me want to make more of that. Because it's fun. It's fun to do that stuff, man. Ooh, some electronic. It's subtle. What's about to happen? Whoa. It went into like a 6/8. I wasn't expecting that. That was cool. That was really cool. Keep going with that 6/8 vibe. I like that. This is like a 3/4, and then it goes into the 6/8. Man, that's cool. I like these time signatures. Keep going with that. I think that's awesome. And I'm totally cool with those basses being super stereo. Just make sure that sub punches through mono. Just a sub bass punches through mono. That's what I would say. That's something that applies to most of the tracks that I've ever heard. Like that's one thing that I would recommend to pretty much everyone. But I like this. I like this. It's a cool style. It's a subtle, it's work in progress. You know what I'm saying? Keep going with that. Maybe like make some heavier versions too. Maybe. Heavier versions? Maybe. Perhaps. Perhaps. That's what I would do. Because it sounds awesome. Alright. Hell Trees. I don't know what kind of genre that is. But it's already got a little bit of attention, so this sounds like it's going to be awesome. That's what you call kitchen step. Pots and pans, you know what I'm Oh, bro. Listen to that. Bro. Each scream gets more and more gnarly as you go on. Like, it just gets more and more demon. Dude. That is insane. I love how you found a way to make it progressively just more and more evil each time. That's the impressive stuff. If you went into the drop with like the most crazy part like right there, it would have still been good, but the fact that it just progressively descends further and further into hell, that's my favorite part about this. This thing was awesome, dude. Yo, it's so dirty, man. Well, this is sick. Mono sub is again what I would say. It sounds like there's some stereo in your sub. It could just be me. Maybe your sub is mono and maybe you already did this, but mono sub is what I would say. It's distorted, it's heavy. Man, this thing is dope. Hell Trees is now a genre. Also, I realized it was your name. You probably weren't putting this tag as the genre. Yeah, I listened to Tear Out and wondered why it was so soft. Man, and this thing went hard. I don't know if it takes the cake over this. No, this thing is so cool. That's so cool. So that's gonna stay there. This is gonna stay up here. But man, this thing was cool. Man, this was awesome. This was dope. Not much. I'm not gonna give criticism if there isn't criticism to give. The very much work in progress. Yes, yes. Number 4. Almost done. Maybe. I hope. I say once you're done with it, just leave that as the title. Just keep that as the title of the track. The rules say link. The rules say link from SoundCloud or YouTube. I'm sorry. But I like this. I like this so far. It's ambient, it's quiet, it's chill. Some good contrast. This goddamn gnat. Don't leave me alone. My favorite song? I don't even know my favorite song. It's probably a metal song anyway. Okay, we're building up. It's a smooth intro, Oh. Well, that was dope. That was awesome. I like how it's like chords and lead, and then it goes down into like a color-based section, and then boom, the chords and lead again. I would just probably add some little like whooshes for those transitions. Like it goes from chords and the lead, and then it goes into the basses and stuff like that. Just to add those little whoosh sound effect transitions will really carry it a long way, and it'll make it more obvious when each separation is. But this was awesome. Drolo, I don't know. I don't think so. Some details. Artistry. that was kind of cool. I like that. I would say the main synth that seemed like it was playing a bass line melody progression thing, that main color bass synth. Like maybe you could add like some chords or something under that just to back it up a little bit more, perhaps. That might be my suggestion, but that's just kind of nitpicking. This thing sounds cool. It's such a cool idea for a drop to have that melodic part and then switch into the faster paced like bass part and then melodic again and then switch back. Like I love those switches. I think it's awesome. Yeah, it is still work in progress, so I'm not gonna nail you too much on like mastering, obviously. As far as mixing goes, I think it's pretty well mixed. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's super heavy. Like it doesn't punch very hard, which usually I make my music punch really hard, but I don't think this needs to necessarily. I think it's totally fine being just like a little more subtle as the mixing goes. It doesn't just have to like pound through all the time. I think you can finesse it. So yeah, I think you made some good calls here. I think you made some good calls, and I'd like to see it all like all like the fine mix finished up and it all mastered, nice and loud, and man, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be very good. Ooh. Got a cool visual here, mid-tempo. I'm ready for some cyberpunk stuff. I think it sounds dope. I think you did a really good job with the mixing. The acid basses are cool. I'm not gonna lie, they are cool. I would like to hear some other basses thrown in there as well. You know what I'm saying? Like not primarily just the acid going over and over again. But I'm not saying that isn't cool. It definitely is. I just want like some variation, some other stuff.
Death to the machines.
Future Ravology in a Technocraft Society. Future Ravology in a Technocraft Society. Future Ravology in a Technocraft Society. Future Ravology in a Technocraft Society.
Was there a stereo sub? I didn't notice. Let's listen again. Once again, it is just the acid, but you did mix up the pattern a little bit, and I definitely appreciate that. And yeah, there is a little bit of stereo sub. Gotta make that sub mono. Gotta right down the middle.
Bass evolution.
Oh, that synth. love the like the way you composed all the synths and stuff like that, because it sounds really dark and like ominous. It's great for this mid-tempo stuff. Yeah, I think this is really cool. I would have liked to see a little more variation in the basses and probably a mono sub bass, but for the stuff you have here, man, this is I say it every time. This is well done. You guys are good. You guys are good at producing. This is solid mid-tempo. It's a good example of mid-tempo. You know what I'm saying? I think this is a good example of that. You knew exactly what you were doing. It's like you clearly listened to a good bit of it and you had it all laid out. This Nat will not, I see it and then I don't see it and then I see it again and I don't see it in a matter of like a second. And it's endlessly frustrating. God dang. That's fine. It'll go away eventually. All right. Welcome to the simulation. Basses are awesome. I thought at first I didn't like the snare, but it grew on me. The snare grew on me. Goes into a breakdown. Drums. Uh-oh. Great way of building tension doing these things right there. I think the basses and stuff there are cool. I don't necessarily think I think I like the first drop more than the second drop, at least so far. I think that the basses are cool, but they don't exactly always fit in. You know what I'm saying? Especially melodically, kind of like rising up and down. It's a little chaotic, it's a little bit strange, and I get that that is the point, but I think some of the other basses fit in a little better than those. But let's keep listening. This is good. I love that main bass just pounding through that kind of I think they call that a printer bass, when it's a bass that just brrr, you know what I'm saying? I think it was really dope though. I think it was a good call to use that as the main bass. So that's what I say. So a little bit strange in the second part of the drop, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit chaotic, but you pulled it together in the end here, definitely. And this is really a banging track. It goes hard. Oh, we have Benji right below it. Blooby blop boot. Poetry. Pure poetry. It's decently long at a solid 4 minutes and 20 seconds. All right. Might I suggest a little more in the intro? Like, build me up to this. I like these chords. I like the chord progression. It's very harsh in the high mids, I will say. A little bit of like some mid-low warmth could kind of round out the track, in my opinion, I think. But yeah. Yeah, and you're gonna have to put some more in this intro and bridge, because this isn't enough. You gotta prepare people for the stuff to come, you know. Yeah, like something like this in the intro would have been dope. Cool. Oh, and it ends on a nice melodic piece. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would say it's just very, very high-endy. That's my primary thing. I'd give it a little bit of warmth. You know, you can roll off some of those highs. They don't have to be quite as piercing as that. Just give it a little bit of body, a little bit of warmth, and that thing's cool. Yeah, I like how you wrote those chords, and I like the kind of stuff that you did with those chords. That's probably my favorite part. Too long. Yeah, a bit long. Going past 420. Listen, I'll give you a pass because it is 420. You know what I'm saying? If it was 421, it would have been too long. Objectively, it would not have been okay. But that's okay because it's 420 and it's fine. All right. What's up? Oh, no. Benji, you've submitted many a good track. But this one flopped. If you want to go in and edit your message here, then you can go in and throw in the right link. I will listen to it. Benji, if you're in the chat, I will get to that because I know that sucks. But let's move on to VLP. Ooh, this is a dubstep day. Got some more dubstep. Let's go. Well, that was a sick intro. I can't wait for what's to come. But are you hearing my cat? My cat talks, bro. My cat talks. I'm afraid I can't. That's kind of cool. That's cool. I kind of like that. I think there's only one thing that I'm sort of conflicted about is that the drop is the sound design is dope. I love the sounds that you put in there, but it's very unmelodic, which is totally fine, but the rest of the track is very melodic. And sometimes that's okay. You know, like sometimes that works to have really melodic and then just go into really atonal. It sounds a little strange to go from this melodic stuff that's very, very good into something that is just really just melodically not there, just all over the place. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, have you ever heard the track from Ulasile? Well, actually, this would apply to a lot of Ulasile's tracks. Human Experience. The drop in Human Experience is very atonal, but the rest of the track is also pretty atonal. So it kind of works together. You know, it can be hard to stitch these atonal bits and the melodic bits together, but individually I think they all sound awesome. Okay, I like this part. I like this part. That was cool. See, that was a cool, with that second drop, that was a cool thing where you didn't switch from melodic to atonal. You mixed the melodic with the atonal and brought it exactly like this, and you brought it together into one. And that's what I really like about the second drop. I think the second drop goes hard. Little glitch outro. I like it. I like it. I think it's awesome. Also, I really like your logo. I think your logo is sick. I just want to say. Maybe it's because I like metal logos and this logo looks like it kind of looks like a metal logo, but yeah. I changed it to 3/4. I love the 3/4/6/8 stuff. I get way too trapped in this 4/4, not 4 to the floor, but just 4/4 time signature. I need to do more. I need to do more in like 6/8 and 3/4 and those sort of stuff. I think I need to do more of that because it sounds sick. It sounds awesome. All right. We got Toby. In the Darkness. Seems like it's like ambient, atmospheric. A lot of skills. this was smart. You see how there's like these really open areas of a lot of low frequency, of just droning low frequency. He brought it back, and he like low passed and high passed everything, so he didn't actually have to take out that many instruments. He just had to add that effect in right here as like a bridge. That's smart. Big brain. Right back into it. I would go night driving to this track. I would do that. Now that I think about it, I actually really want to. I kind of want to check in the darkness. Toby. Is it on here? I don't think it is. I don't know. I don't know if it's on. It doesn't seem like it's on Spotify. Man, I would have liked to add that to my night driving playlist. Night driving's dope. I love it. I think this is awesome. Like, it was really deep. Like, it felt deep. Like, you actually felt like you were in it. And I think that was good. Even though it's not particularly complicated. Like, there's not a ton of different sounds going on. There's not a ton of great, crazy stuff he did to try and show off. Right? You just made a really good, like, ambient, atmospheric, like, future kind of track. Sadly, it's not on Spotify. That's fine. You should get on Spotify, though. Because it's cool. And you can do that for like $20 a year with DistroKid. They're awesome. We're not sponsored by DistroKid or anything. I just think it's crazy that it's that cheap. But dope track. All right. Oh, we got some IDM. All right, Flint, you're up. Seeing you in the chat. Let's see what you got. Pause for just a second. This is sounding sick. This is sounding awesome. But Dude McDude, man, you got a sick name as it is. Go with Dude McDude, man. I mean, there's not ain't nothing wrong with that is an S tier name. Dude McDude, man. On Instagram, I'm Shifty McCool Guy. So I'm right down that alley. I want a night drive to this too. Are you on Spotify, Flint? Second drop will blow me away. All right. Listen to all the cool vocal stuff that's happening all over the place. Strings at the end. Sheesh. Okay. It's too long. Look at that. 426. It's too long. Is that number still funny? The answer is yes. But that was crazy. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like how you really went ham in the second drop. I would actually probably... Oh, it would be really cool if like halfway through this crazy drop, it dropped back into this. Like you go crazy and then boom, it just drops back into this and you're just back in the deep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that would be awesome. But either way, it still sounds cool. Leaving it as is, it still sounds dope. You know, that's just a thought. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the goal, is hit the 420 mark. That's the goal, because you can't. The 69 seconds is too short, so you have to go 420. Be like a minute and 9 seconds. Nah. Got some house music. Let's see, what time are we at? Yeah, I'll do three more. I'll do this one and then the next two that are in line. Those will be my final three.
You were on the other side of the room. Place was filled, but all I could see was you. You're magnetic, captivating, and you know it's true. Sent a smile and you started to make your way through the crowd. It grew so loud, you and I didn't even care.
I feel like I've heard these vocals before. This isn't a remix, is it? I don't think so.
I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear.
Maybe my mind's just... Oh, I think there's Ghosthack vocals. I like these. Halftime. Cool. That sounded cool. I would have liked to hear it be more like sort of open and grand, you know, at the like when the drop hits. I would have liked to hear a little bit more of that, maybe just like some big open chords, something to make it hit a little harder. Not as in like heavy, but just as in like big and grand. Because like atmospheric wise and like tension wise and heaviness wise, there wasn't too much change from the from the build up to the drops. That's what I would do. Hey, can't go forever. Can't go forever.
I tried so hard to
My
let
apologies.
you go. I'd give anything to have you back. I wish things could have planned. Did I ever feel try to push you out? You pull in. I fell far too fast.
Maybe a nice crash at the beginning of that. Nice. So yeah, that would probably be my recommendation as far as just making the drops bigger. Also, the vocal could be brought up a little bit more, just so it has a little more presence, and you can always tell what's being said and stuff like that. That could probably be used as well. Those would be my tips for the track. But it's a nice track around those vocals. I think you did a good job working around those. Sounded good. All right, so these are going to be the last two. Got Secret Jerry. That's also a dope logo. Secret Jerry's a cool name. But what is this waveform? Bro.
Something fucked up.
That's crazy. I like that a lot. Just the stomping of it. I think that's dope.
Something fucked up.
Alright, back into it. There maybe could have been like a switch up here or something like that. Maybe a switch up from the stomping, but it still sounds dope. Got a cool outro. Yeah, I think this was sick. I think this was awesome. I think that the stomping got a little bit old towards the end. Like it went on for a little bit long, you know? Like maybe just like a switch up from the constant stomping would be in order. But man, this was cool. I love this dark creative stuff. Like it's crazy. This stuff is crazy. The vocals were awesome. Like the use of the voice was awesome. The sound design was dope. It sounds like the sub is pretty. It sounds like the sub is pretty mono. If it's not, then that can easily be fixed. But it sounds like he did a pretty good job with the mixing as well. It's nice and heavy. Some might be a little loud. Maybe you could pull that back. But I'm just nitpicking at this point. I'm just finding things to mention before I move on to the last track, because this thing is sick. This thing is dope. Creativity, man. That's awesome. All right, and to wrap it up, we have Diabolical Hybrid Trap.
Let me give you inside information about God. God likes to watch. He's a prankster. He gives man instincts, and then what does he do? I swear he sets the rules. Touch. Taste. Taste. And swallow. He's a sadist. He's an absentee landlord. Worship that never.
This is dope so far. I think this is sounding awesome. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of the basses that are used in this are very, they're sort of wide and spread out, you know what I'm saying? Which is totally fine, but they're not super heavy in the center, which would give you room to, which would be really cool to take that 808 and add some distortion to it to make that 808 buzz a little bit more. That would be sick. If the 808 was buzzing and the basses were doing their thing, like that would be dope. I think that would be awesome. But man, this is laid out really good. I love the atmosphere and the different basses used in this. Wrap it up. Yeah, I hear that 808. I want to hear it buzz, man. I want to hear that. I want to hear a little bit more crunch, a little bit of distortion. That it doesn't have to be a ton, even just like a little bit, just to give it that bite. And man, that'll be awesome. Yeah, I think you did a good job with this. I think you did a good job laying that out. It just needs kind of a central element to kind of bring it together like that. I think that was a cool track to wrap it up, end the stream. And I think MVP of the stream, in my opinion, was this guy, Ganymede. Oh my god, this stuff was crazy. I'm just gonna give this one more listen. Not all the way through. the choirs, the little choirs coming in, and the sound effects. It's so detailed. Like that's a clean track right there. That is clean. So yeah, shout out to Ganymede for making that track. It was sick. But all right, that's gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream, especially on Halloween. It is Halloween. I almost forgot it was Halloween. This is a Halloween stream. Stream on Halloween. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a good Halloween, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I will see you in the next video. Happy producing. Oh yeah, my mic's still on.